What's up guys? Josh here, back at it again with a sick epic speed drawing. I am so sorry. I was forced. The title of this new work is Colossi Ravine, Colossi being the plural form of the word Colossus. This illustration was an experiment with using 3D to help determine the composition, rendering the 3D scene, and then transferring the scene into Procreate to be painted on. The app that I'm using is called Forger, and I highly suggest the app to whoever wants to try 3D modeling out on their iPads. And it's really affordable. The 3D model that I used was a 3D model that I previously made just for fun. And I thought that if I used it in an illustration, especially the face, it might turn out really good, or good in a way that I like it. So I started out with just placing cubes and then roughly sculpting them out to make them look like mountains or large rocks. After that, I moved them in a position where I can use them later on to distinguish the midground, foreground, and the background of the composition. So after distinguishing the midground, foreground, and the background, I find a place for the camera along the midground to find just the right angle and also the right bumps on the field of the midground so that it adds more texture in the scene. Then, after being satisfied with everything, I render the scene and head straight through Procreate for the coloring part. For the coloring part, I mostly start in grayscale because it's easier for me to distinguish the lights and the shadows of the composition and also of the objects. The 3D rendered scene really helped with this because it acted as the general reference for the placement of the shadows in the composition and also of the objects and the elements in the composition. After doing the grayscale, I start experimenting with the colors and the brightness of the elements. I mostly use the colors between red and green because I thought that the earthy colors matched the scene. The way that I did colors for this was in a way reliant on the multiply and overlay layer effect because of the grayscale that I did under it. Think of it as like a glaze when it comes to painting. I also played with the brightness of the elements to give the illustration more depth. The foreground being the darkest and the background being the lightest and almost as if blending with the sky's color. After everything, I just added some more additional elements like grass, mist being blown by the wind, and a waterfall to make the environment feel more like a ravine. I also added a scared traveler to signify the difference in the sizes between a human traveler and the massive size of the Colossus in the composition. So, yeah, so that is all, and hope you enjoyed. Thank you, and be back again soon.